Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody we have refreshments afterwards in the Congregational Church. So those who can make it, you can walk or drive over to the church. We got coffee and a lot of goodies. We have Boy Scout Troop 141 that's going to post the colors. And if everyone here could please do a hand salute, cover your hat, take your hats off, and we're going to have the national anthem by Aria Monaco. Did I say it right after you just told me?
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad streams and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Bill Critchley from the Legion Post. Now we have the invocation from Deacon Brian Stitson from St. Patrick's Church.
Almighty God, we remember and give thanks for all the people of our country who have given their lives through military services. We are reminded that they not only sought a duty, but also a responsibility and gave themselves to it. If need be, may we have the courage and strength and commitment to do the same. Memory is the bridge of thought and life, spanning yesterday's, joining today's, looking ahead to tomorrow's, and in a spirit of oneness and community, it deepens our reverence for our choice of the life we are privileged to live and the freedoms we are fortunate to experience. May our memories on this day add to our insight, our wisdom, and our understanding of the nation and the people that we are, how we got here, and of our responsibilities to the world today and the future of the yet unborn. Amen.
Yeah, excuse the wind blowing through this. I think it could still hear me though, right? I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Karen Greenwood, and I am the Veterans Agent here in the town of Rutland and a lifelong resident. Don't all come up to me with questions afterwards. I would like to thank all here who are present, who have gathered to honor our Rutland veterans who have honorably served in all branches of the military. Since our dedication last year, we have added 16 names to the honor roll, which is behind you there. We have 13 from the Persian Gulf War on Terror and 3 from the Vietnam time frame. I will now read the names, and if you would like, you can gather around the honor roll or gather there after I read the names. We have Russell Alstrom, Adam Belanger, Jeffrey Cutting, Brian Grenier, Jeffrey Grohl, Gail Hyduck, I might have said that wrong, Mary, I apologize, Dana Hendrickson, Matthew Hoch, Lynn Morley, Kirsten Peterson, Paige Redfield, Timothy Sweeney, Charles Wilkinson. Now from the Vietnam conflict, Matthew Dunbar, Roscoe Harmon, Dwight Marsh, who I know is here with his family, who happen to all be up visiting today. There's like 20 of them all in here, right? I have a few speakers that are going to say a few words next in the program here. And the first person to say a few words is our Select Board Chairperson, Leah Whiteman.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for your service. I want to thank Karen and our American Legion Post for putting this on and for working so hard and diligently to get these names added to our honor roll. I have had the pleasure of working and serving with a number of veterans in town, and the commitment that they have for the country as well as their local community is astonishing. I appreciate that so much. And thank you to the families, because it truly is a family job, and I appreciate that as well. So thank you all for your service. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The next person to say a few words is our town administrator, Austin, and his last name begins with a C.
Good afternoon. As Karen mentioned, my name is Austin Saganowitz. I have the pleasure of serving as your town administrator. I just want to thank you all for being here as we gather to honor those who bravely served our nation and their sacrifices that have safeguarded our freedoms and our way of life. I particularly want to recognize members of our town staff and our various boards and commissions who are veterans. After serving our country, they continue to serve our community with the same dedication and commitment. Their ongoing public service enriches the town and exemplifies the true spirit of citizenship. So to all of our veterans who continue to give back, I offer my deepest gratitude. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to our nation and to our community. Thank you.
And next we're going to hear from our Post Commander, 310 American Legion, Thomas Rushala.
Good afternoon. I'm glad to see all of you here today on this nice crisp fall afternoon. As Karen said, my name is Tom Rushala from Rutland Post 310, American Legion. The World War I armistice was signed in France on November 11th in 1918 between the Germans and the World Allies. The Great War had ended. Celebrations and parades took place. Happy that the war to end all wars was over. In 1920, the American Legion called to make Armistice Day, November 11th, a national holiday. It takes time for the word to spread, and 9 years later, Armistice Day is observed across the nation. Then, in 1938, through an official act, Armistice Day is made a federal holiday, and it is said at that time it is dedicated to the cause of world peace. As the years go by, World War II and the Korean War take place in history and complicate the cause, adding many, many more veterans from those times. In 1953, the American Legion puts forth a new resolution to expand the federal holidays meeting as an All Veterans Day observance each year. In 1954, Dwight Eisenhower is our president, and he issues a proclamation recognizing those who have served our country, and he calls upon our citizens to observe November 11th now as Veterans Day. And he said, to solemnly remember the sacrifices of all those who fought so valiantly on the seas, in the air, and on foreign shores to preserve our heritage of freedom. And let us reconsecrate ourselves to the task of performing an enduring peace, so that their efforts shall not have been in vain. With the President's signature on October 8, 1954, November 11th now officially becomes Veterans Day. The intervening years have added millions of veterans, living and dead, to the honor rolls of our nation. Throughout our great country, when observing Veterans Day, Americans give fervent tribute to those veterans who have fought, bled, died, and served to keep America, as we enjoy it, American and free. Today, we commemorate those who have gone before us, and we celebrate those who are here with us. On this monument and other monuments in town, we proudly record and honor those who have served. Our post members are honored to be able to help put forth this history and continue our remembrances each year. With this ceremony, we salute those veterans whose names have been added and gratefully thank them for their service. Though history tells us otherwise, we mightily hope that at some point no new names need to be added, because as was said in 1938, we are dedicated to the cause of world peace. Thank you.
The next person I'd like to call up here to say a few words is our State Senator, Peter Durant. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out today on this beautiful day, albeit a little windy. As I look at the monument here, you are always reminded that the price of America, the cost of freedom, is not free. Right? Those who have served, those who have gone before us and have fought in wars throughout our nation's existence deserve our gratitude and thanks. And that's what today is about. It's about saying to them, thank you for that service. And thank you to the families that shared in that tragedy, that difficult times of their sons and daughters, their husbands and wives going overseas and fighting for the cause, fighting for America. And so it's just a nice day to be here and to see the additional names added to the wall. As we've heard, we always hope that no more names have to be added, but it's always comforting to know that if we do, and we are most likely going to need more names to that memorial, that monument, it's nice to know that we have people in America that will step up, that will defend our freedoms and defend our rights. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Our guest speaker this year is Command Sergeant Major James Campbell of the Massachusetts National Guard. Jim currently serves as the 9th State Command Sergeant Major and Command Senior Enlisted Leader for the Massachusetts National Guard. He enlisted in the Army National Guard in January 1982, and his basic training was at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. That was followed by advanced training he had at Fort Eustis, Virginia. He has had numerous assignments in the National Guard, graduated from many military courses, and received his Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Worcester State University and a Master's in Education from Pennsylvania State University. In addition, Jim has received many awards and decorations while serving in the military and is currently the Director and Vice President of Security for a regional hospital here in Massachusetts. Jim, if you would come up, please, and say a few words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Senator Durant, elected town officials, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming out today. And actually, just before I start on my remarks, I just want to give another round of applause to Ari. I think I pronounced her name right. Awesome rendition of the national anthem this morning. And Ari, are you still here? Come on up. So for the veterans out in the audience, you know what this is. This is my personal challenge coin. Ari, awesome job. I'm going to give you one of my challenge coins. Thank you very much. So you heard a little bit of the history about Veterans Day from Tom. But today, after that declaration of Veterans Day in the United States, there are over 21 million Americans that classify as veterans. Here in the Commonwealth, there's over 385,000 citizens that qualify as veterans. They've served on active duty in the National Guard and the Reserves. They live and work and go to church and go to school and shop in every community across the Commonwealth. Many of them continue to serve in the Massachusetts National Guard or in the reserve components. They are our police officers, our firefighters, teachers, doctors, private business owners. They are our friends and neighbors, and they bring to our civic life their experience in military service, and their example teaches us all the true meaning of patriotism and service. And so today here in Rutland, as we rededicate this Veterans Monument with 16 additional names, honoring Rutland's sons and daughters who have served, we join communities across the nation in the tradition of honoring and thanking our military veterans. We, the citizens of this great Commonwealth, can take pride in the fact that more than any other state in the nation, our veterans are honored each and every day, not just on Veterans Day. Massachusetts veterans receive a welcome home bonus from the Commonwealth for their service abroad. Veterans receive hiring preference in state municipal employment. Under Massachusetts law, the Commonwealth, along with town and city governments, provide financial assistance for qualifying low-income veterans. Massachusetts has created a register for veterans who've been exposed to burn pit hazards. And recent legislation passed created the Massachusetts Medal of Fidelity. The Medal of Fidelity is presented to the next of kin of service members or veterans who have died as a result of service-connected post-traumatic stress disorder, service-connected traumatic brain injury, or service-connected exposure to harmful toxins and herbicides. This past August, Governor Healy signed the HERO Act that includes over 30 provisions that will have a positive impact on our veteran community. But this yearly ritual of Veterans Day means so much more than a day off of school for our children, a parade through town, or special sales. Our veterans are the embodiment of the values that have made this nation the greatest and most free nation in the history of the world. Their service has defended our nation and ensured that our communities, our institutions, and our families can live and prosper in freedom. Our service members come from countries around the world and from all walks of life, and they are our nation's strongest and greatest assets. It was not sophisticated weaponry or advanced technology that's made our military the greatest and most strongest in the world. It was and still remains the spirit of our military service members. It's that spirit and strength and honor inherited from our military veterans that we celebrate today. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we must look at Veterans Day not only as a day to remember our veterans, but as an opportunity. An opportunity to acknowledge our friends and neighbors who have served. An opportunity to learn from their experience the true meaning of duty, honor, and selfless service. It's an opportunity we must not squander. With each passing year, our veterans from World War II, Korea, and the Vietnam eras grow older and their numbers dwindle. My challenge to each of us today is to ensure that they know and see our gratitude while they're still with us. Let them know that we are worth their service and sacrifice. Today's also an opportunity for those of us that at one time has sworn an oath to serve our nation, to continue our service. Today, fewer and fewer people answer the call to serve. Less than 0.5% of the population of the United States chooses to serve in uniform today. I challenge every veteran out there to remember your service. Remember the oath that you swore at one time. Remember why it was that you chose to serve the people of this great nation. Get involved in your community. Tell your story and share your experience. Inspire our young citizens to answer the call and serve so that our armed forces have the people we need to be ready and our nation is prepared to respond to the challenges of tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for granting me the honor of speaking today and celebrating our veterans with you. To all of you who have answered the call at one time and swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, I say thank you. Thank you for your service and for your commitment. Thank you and your families for your sacrifice. And I also thank you for answering this new call to get involved in your community and tell your story here in Rutland and in communities across the Commonwealth. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Veterans Day. May your God bless our veterans. May your God bless this great Commonwealth, and now and forever, may your God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Before we close, I just wanted to tell everybody here, the honor roll, if you know somebody that's in the service, hasn't been discharged yet, or a name that might have been missed, get in touch with me through the town's website. There's a contact info. So as long as they're from Rutland, honorably discharged, we can still be adding names to that. Thank you. Now in closing, we're going to have the benediction from Pastor David Fish from the First Congregational Church.
Everybody out here must have been tall. Let us come together in a spirit of prayer. May the Lord our God bless us all present here to memorialize those who lived and died to preserve liberty and freedom in our nation and in the world. And may the Lord our God remember all those whose sacrifice gave this nation its greatness, progress, and riches. May our memory and all those who served in the armed forces be an honorable one, full of thanksgiving to the Lord. And remember with much love and mercy those who died in the service of our country, whether on air, on land, or in the sea. Be with us all and provide us with traveling mercy as we return to our homes. Go in peace. The Lord be with you.
Thank you. In closing, I just want to remind everybody, we have refreshments over at the Congregational Church, and I want to thank everybody that's here. This is a very good crowd, and for everybody that participated in the program and said a few words honoring our veterans. Thank you.